All right, how's everybody doing? You'd be surprised the tight little space I'm working in here. Uh, this is a leather splitter. I bought it weeks ago, and people have been asking me to do a video on it, kind of a review, show you how it works, and I want to do that. I want to show you how I set it up when I first got it. And the only thing that kept me from doing that was when I first bought it, I could tell, as sharp as this is, it could use a honing. And so I brought my sharpening stones from my workshop, which I keep in a bucket of water. The stones I've had for 30 years or more. And I honed this blade. And I wanted to show you that. But my stones were pretty beat up. And I thought to myself, I don't want to keep bringing my stones back and forth. And I sharpen my knives here. And I've been sharpening chisels for years. I like to find old chisels, vintage old chisels that are kind of beat up and chipped, and kind of restore them. I have some videos on the channel here of me doing that and showing you the process I've gone through, the way I do it. It's not the way everybody else does it, just the way I do it. And I decided, you know what, let me look on Amazon and see if I can buy some sharpening stones, kind of similar to what I have. And I found this kit. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do an unboxing of this, okay? I want you to look real close at this picture right here. Hope that's on camera. I'm looking at the lens here, right there. Because I look at this picture, and I see the strop in the photo, which I saw on the Amazon listing, right? Look how nice and thick that looks. I mean, all this stuff looks pretty quality in the images, right? It's like going to some fast food restaurant and looking at the menu and the pictures. When you get it, it never looks like the picture, right? So look at the thickness of that strop. Again, I hope this is on camera right there. Because I quickly opened this last night when I got it, and the first thing on the top is the strop. And this is it. And it's a joke. I mean, I'm not even sure if this is leather. Let's just start the video. So let's take this out of this plastic. We'll see if it passes the sniff test. Normally I would have a knife on me. Why do I not have a knife on me? It doesn't smell like leather. It does kind of feel like, it's got to be leather. It does not feel like real leather. You know what? I got a lighter here. So I'll tell you right now, leather doesn't burn. And that melts. So yeah, that's plastic. This is not real leather. That's a problem for me. Now, I can make a leather strop. I've been meaning to make myself a leather strop, and now that I see this, I'm going to have to make a leather strop. That's a bummer. Let's hopefully, okay, they give you gloves here so you can handle sharp objects without cutting yourself. If you need these, then you probably shouldn't handle sharp objects. So put that aside. There's some instructions here, which would be pretty good. I'll use these at some point. I don't feel like I want to do a review on teaching how to sharpen. You guys can look up videos on that and do your own thing. But this is what I was after, are these stones. These are double-sided stones. They come, it's relatively well packaged. I kind of like that it has this to protect the corners and whatnot. That's pretty cool. And the idea with these is you have to, I guess I'm going to need a knife. Probably got something in here. Let's use the wrong tool for the job. My, skiving knife. This is a great way to ruin something. But it'll work. Just want to feel what the grit feels like. So these are water stones. I prefer water stones. They're less messy in a way than oil. And you want to, this one has a chip in it. It's got chips on all the edges. These two edges, that corner's gone. Okay. So you want to soak these. They say soak these for 10 minutes before you use them. When you're sharpening, I basically, the ones I have at the shop, I store in water all the time. And I picked that up. I went up to the College of the Redwoods, and I met James Krenov back in the late 90s. I tried to get into that woodworking program. As it turns out, it was a good thing I didn't, because I was able to develop my own style. But that's what I noticed there. All their sharpening stones were kept in water buckets. So that's what I recommend. So 400, 1,000, and then we'll put that right there. We have some sort of guide here. I don't use a guide other than me, my hands. I lock my wrist at the right angle. But I might play with this. I don't want to cut myself on camera here, but anything could happen. I'm working so close here to stay in on the screen. Oh, I see. That's interesting. So, you know, this would clamp on the back of a knife. I got a knife right here. Vintage, pretty neato knife here. So yeah, you would just stick that on there and then roll that on there to keep that angle. That's an interesting idea. It's just plastic. Nothing fancy about this at all. It looks better in the pictures. You can't tell in the picture what it really is, you know. So let's put this aside. See what else is in here. Well, you know what? Let's move all the garbage out of the way and we'll just keep putting this stuff here. How's that sound for you? Get the garbage out of there again with the instructions. Put that over there. Now, this is the stone I'm most interested in. This is the one I use the most because most of my stuff doesn't need that, right? Because I've already kind of sharpened things. So I just need a quick honing. And don't do what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. I sound like a parent. Yeah. Feels pretty good. So we got 3,000, 8,000. I think the one I have is a 4,000, 8,000. But this will be fine. This 8,000 here. You're going to create like a slurry on this that helps polish the blade, and it'll give you a mirror finish. And it's amazing. And again, I've mostly been sharpening chisels, which are shaped kind of like this. And you know what? I wish I would have kept them out. I just put chisels away. But that's what a chisel blade looks like right there. All right, it's got one bevel to it. It's flat on the back side. This is specifically designed to work with leather. So, let's see what else is in the box. Good. Okay, this is what I really wanted. Rouge. So this is supposed to work in conjunction with the fake strop. Fake strop. That's not real. That's garbage. You put this on the leather and then you strop it. And that gives you a really fine polish and it really hones the edge on this. I can feel it that this needs it actually. So I'm excited about that. Again, I'll make my own leather strap. Matter of fact, I'll use the hardware here and see if that works. I can hook it on the edge of this table. The Barber of Seville. Just thinking about the old, what was it? The Little Rascals. The Barber of Seville. Look at this. They send you this is cool. I've never used this either. But this is a chisel angle sharpener. So you can put this in there, get the right angle, and push this along the top of the stone. Never used one of these. Don't feel like I need it. But it comes with that. It comes with this, which is interesting. We'll see how this works out. It's got a rubber base to it. Not very rubbery. It's sliding on here. I can tell you right now that's not going to work. That's not good. Okay, and they do give you another piece of leather for stropping flat. Let's get rid of this box. All right, so when I said this won't work, what I mean is you put the stone in here. That's not good either. Okay, so you don't want that, which is crazy. Are these two stones the same size? They're not the same size either. Okay, so this stone, you can see here, it's a little wider and it's a little bit longer. So if they did mill this perfect to fit the stone, it would only fit one stone, unless they made it specifically for this stone, which obviously they didn't. And then this stone wouldn't fit. Or this stone would fit and this one wouldn't fit. Or this stone will fit and this one will move around a little bit. Because what you don't want is when you're pushing on this here, you don't want that stone moving in here. And this is there you go. So you're going to add a little bit of pressure. Let's put the Mike Z Design leather patch back up there. So if I'm going to push on this and put some pressure, that's sliding across this desktop here. maybe I can sand that a little bit, or this isn't going to work. It'll work. It'll work enough. The reviews were off the charts on this. That's the reason I took a chance. I was $39 on Amazon. I'll include the link in the description below. And this is a stone flattener. I have one of these. The one I have at the shop is massive. So just for future reference, this is not the best way to go on these. This is my personal experience. Look, I don't know everything. I've only been doing this for, I don't know, 30 years or so. Now, what am I saying? 35 years or more? I've been doing this stuff a long time. Not long enough to understand how to peel plastic off of something, apparently. This is, I guess I don't have the expertise in unwrapping these products. I should look at the box and see where this comes from, huh? So the idea here is if you're using this, in particular if you're sharpening knives, right? So you take this and you go with the angle and you come across here and then you come back this way. And you do that enough, what's going to happen is, inevitably, you'll create a divot in the stone. So this, and it's good to use this in water, will flatten the stone. And so what you want to do is, you want to do like a figure 8 to flatten the stone again. And it's very important to have a flat stone, in particular when you are sharpening something with a chisel edge, because you want to be able to take this and get that angle right, and then push that straight across. I'm not hurting anything by doing this, by the way, with it not being wet yet. It's perfectly fine for the demonstrative purposes of what I'm showing you. Let's eyeball this real quick. So overall, for $39, I'm happy to get these two stones because I think they're going to work fine. I think they're going to be fine. This might come in handy at some point. I've got plenty of leather, so it's not like I needed this, but it was interesting to see, and it's an odd piece of leather. It appears to be real leather. Let's see if we can light it on fire. Fire! Okay, I lost the lighter, so let's grab another. Oh no, I just put it back. It's right here. This is leather. This looks like leather. It's got a chunk taken out of the corner of it. Yeah, that's real leather. So, smells like it. But it does have a weird layer to it. If you could see the cross section of this, I don't know if this is going to get on the screen. So it has this thin weirdness to it. But it probably just got pulled through a leather splitter, and that's why there's that thin whitish more layer there that we probably don't need. Okay, what's in here? Oh, that's the rouge. So we have the rouge, which we'll keep in the plastic because it gets messy at different temperatures. So we'll leave that to the side. We have a guide for chisels, which is like an old 1911 or an AK-47 with the jiggly. It's got the jiggly. It's like an old Seiko bracelet on a watch. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Uses as a musical instrument in the background or something. This is a plastic friction fit for a knife, which, I don't know. This appears to be ceramic on here. In the instructions it might tell you. That might be something, I'll bet you that's what that is. And which would be good for serrations. So if you had a blade that had serrations, you can sharpen that up. That's probably what's going on here. Let's quickly peruse this without wasting too much more of your time. Ergonomic bamboo base. Ergonomic. Ergonomic suggests you're handling with your hands. You don't have to handle this with your hands, so that's you're using big words to impress people that don't make any sense, and it doesn't make any sense. So there's basic directions here. How to flatten your stone, how to sharpen, telling you to soak it in water. Oh, that's it. The rest of this is in different languages. So there's one page of instructions. That's pretty good. That's it. It is made in China, officially. No surprise there. So, again, as ridiculous as it sounds, one of the main reasons I bought this kit, and by the way, you can buy this kit in different, variations. So you could buy this where this is the complete kit. This is the most extensive kit from this particular company, which is, what the hell is that word? I can't, it is, Wucgea. Wucgea, Wucgea. It is kind of funny. It looks like the way that they did. I guess they did that on purpose. Look at the script for the logo. It's like one of the little rascals. The only thing missing is one of the letters should be backwards. Anyhow, I'm picking on it because I'm kind of unimpressed. Wucgea, Wucgea, Wucgea. I guess that's how you. If you were in China, Wucgea. That's what you. The wife is telling her husband to Wucgea, Wucgea. Ah, ah. They're adorable till they're yelling at you to take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? So, at any rate, this is not good. This is a disappointment. I've never used a strop, believe it or not, because I've had these stones before. So, and because I know I can get this to a mirror polish on this, it's always been good enough for me. But now that I'm doing leather work, it's been good enough for me with woodworking. Right, wood is different. Wood has a lot more resistance, obviously, over a hunk of leather. And so with the woodworking, I got them to a mirror polish with this style stone, and I've been very pleased with that. But when it comes to leather, it's really, this edge has to be real fine for it to cut well. When I did bring my water stones home weeks ago to sharpen that, I also honed this at that time, and this performed way better after I did that. So I'll work this out. I'll use it, and at some point I'll do a video showing how things are working out with this. Again, I'm just happy to have a set of stones. I sharpen my knives all the time. I cut every single day here at the house. I've got a cutting board in my kitchen. I prepare my own food every meal. I cut on my cutting board multiple times a day, every day for decades. I've been using the same knife all that time. I started liking the pull-through sharpeners. They're kind of inexpensive, but they only last for so long. You might get 100 pulls out of it. I'm talking about the knife sharpener. And eventually it stops sharpening. And so I find that the one thing that always works every single time, flat stone. It's not easy for some people. You have to develop a technique, and you have to understand how to kind of keep that at the right bevel and pull that through. And then you get to a point where you do it a bunch of times on one side, a bunch of times on the other, and then you get to the point where you just do it once on each side a couple times. And then you want to feel with your fingernail for a burr. Right, this doesn't have a burr. This might cut pretty clean right here. Oh yeah, it's pretty sharp. Also, the way I like to test it is I'll put it on my fingernail, and if it bites on the fingernail, I know it's pretty sharp. And then of course you can shave the hair off your body. That'll tell you it's pretty sharp. When I sharpen my chisels, that's always my test. I shave the hair off my wrist here. I have yet to slice my wrist open. So, again, if you're not good with sharp things, if you're clumsy, this is probably not for you. This has been an unboxing and visual review of the Wucgea. Oh, look, it's right there on the stone. Wucgea. Wucgea. Wucgea stones. The flattening stone with the, I don't use it. This might be fun to play with. The instructions, the rouge, and the garbage. Totally plastic, not for real strop. The biggest disappointment in this whole stinking box. That's it. Have a nice day. Be kind to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one. What is that? What is that melting plant? What is that?